I got to be honest with you, Mark. I am stunned by what we saw in under a minute with the Lioness, Amanda Nunes,
Yep.
absolutely dismantling Ronda Rousey. To be quite blunt with you, it was tough to watch just to see one of the best to ever do it look that feeble inside the octagon. What'd you make of it?
I think, Dave, that one of Ronda Rousey's greatest attributes, forget the Olympic judo, forget power in her hands, forget all of the physical stuff. Ronda Rousey, maybe her best characteristic was her confidence. She really believed every time she went into the cage that she was going to steamroll her opponent. She was going to run through her opponent. She was on top of the world when she went into that cage. And you could see right from the beginning of this fight that she did not have that same confidence. This is someone who used to run across the cage, meet her opponent head on, and throw them on their head and submit them within seconds. We've seen it multiple times, Dave, right?
Yeah.
This fight, she was kind of hesitant. She came out, she stood in the center of the octagon, and she faced up. And you don't want to stand in
No.
front of Amanda Nunes. It was really just that one punch that landed flush, and that changed the entire fight. The old Rousey, I feel like, would have rushed her quickly, gotten inside, and tossed her early.
Yeah, and that's the thing stylistically, and you and I understand that the Lioness against Misha Tate, she charged, she was the bull in the china shop, and even the Lioness, smartly, I thought a subtle change or difference in the fight was the first 5 seconds when she didn't charge Ronda, and Ronda
Right.
didn't charge back, and as you said, you got the stalemate now, advantage the Lioness if we're just going to throw hands, right?
Absolutely. I mean, at that distance, there's only one way for the fight to go, Dave, and that's Nunes landing punches. Rousey just is not that's kind of a striker. She doesn't have that in her repertoire, and she may never at this point. You know, it improved to a point where she could win a lot of fights in the UFC. But when you fight someone with the kind of power that Nunes has, and who's also developing a nice little technical ability as well, you can't just stand there. I thought she would come out, close the distance, maybe dodge a punch, maybe eat one just to get inside,
Right.
and then do her judo thing and take her down. But that never happened.
Yeah, never saw the judo there. Okay, let's try to play futuristic and see where we go from here for both fighters. Let's start off with the champion, Amanda Nunes, the Lioness. Does it have to be Juliana Pena next? Could it be a rematch with Shevchenko? What do you see next?
Well, those two are going to be fighting next month, January 28th in Denver, in the main event of UFC on Fox, talking about Shevchenko and Pena. I think the winner of that fight, it's a no-brainer, should get the title shot against Nunes. Shevchenko and Nunes fought, as you mentioned, at UFC 196 back in March. It was a very close fight that Nunes pulled out to earn the title shot against Misha Tate. We know what happened in that fight. Shevchenko was very good. She had that dominant win in your neck of the woods, Dave, against Holly Holm back over the summer. And Pena is, if you're talking about someone who may be a future star for the UFC, it could be Pena. She talks very well. She has the look. She has the charisma. She isn't the most exciting fighter inside the cage, but she's going to be a very tough stylistic matchup for Shevchenko, who's a striker, Pena being a grappler.